We are freaking
Holy
back.
shit.
We're
Spinny,
back.
bro. That was the longest hiatus we've ever had.
It's been a couple months. Almost a couple months.
2 months,
That's
at least.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
What
know.
have you been up to, dude?
I got complained to. The Hardys and Hardos were complaining last week about how long it's been. So
facts. Yes.
I'm glad we're back. We got a little bit of a new setup here. So hope you like Hardys and Hardos.
Yeah.
Shout out to my
Are you gonna show us
wife.
a pair of shoes today or what? Pull one up here, man.
Oh, you want to see one?
No?
All right.
Yeah, just pull one up.
We'll show the JT3s then.
What we got here? Okay.
JT3s.
The JT3s. You did not buy a pair of Jason Tatum's.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Bruh.
JT right here, baby.
Oh
Let's go. Let's go. Top 5 player in the league. Number 1 player in my heart. Let's go. That's your
I should have known. I should have known that you would have a pair of JTs. That's ridiculous, man. I don't see a pair of ants up there, bro. That's crazy.
Sorry, JT's shoes aren't ugly as beep. Otherwise, I'd have a pair of ants.
Those are pretty damn ugly shoes. I don't know what you're talking about.
These are fire.
Those are so ugly. Drop comments below, guys. What you think of those shoes? Those are so ugly, bro.
Ants' shoes are exceedingly ugly other than the white ones. The white ones are the only tolerable ones. The rest of them look like garbage.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Garbage.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I love you, Anthony Edwards, but make a better shoe, my guy, so I can buy it, please.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Sneakerheads, just roast Spinny, please. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He really doesn't. Well, Spinny, what have you been up to, man? Tell the Hardys. Tell the Hardys and Hardos what you've been up to first.
Oh, we got the update first. We got a new job, Hardys and Hardos.
We did.
Assistant coach at St. Olaf College now. Going on month 2. That's kind of why we've been outside of recording time. Just getting started and ready to go on the app. Had a bunch of our commits for 2025 on campus today. It was fun, and got to do some great stuff. Spring season just got done. Had a scrimmage, bunch of practices. Got to know everybody. So now we're ready to take it to fall and win the MIAC, baby. Let's go.
What I guess my quick question for you would be, what roles have you had now in your new position that you didn't do at River Falls? What's something new you've been doing?
Yeah, I mean, a lot, to be honest.
Responsibility-wise.
At River Falls, I was the second assistant, which would be the 3rd ranking person, and we had 4 coaches. So, I basically only worked with pin hitters and did a lot with, volumetrics and stat stuff. So I didn't have to do a lot of the monotonous crap that comes with this job that you have to do, but nobody loves, recruiting spreadsheets and making graphics for social media. And just all the baloney that is completely necessary, but nobody likes to do, all the hotels and blah, 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 blah stuff. So, and then I'm coaching defenders. I'm coaching defense at St. Olaf, which is not something I've ever done at the college level before. So that's kind of been a new adjustment, but it's been fun. I've coached hitters for a long time. So kind of coaching defenders based off of a hitting mindset is really fun. And I think it brings some stuff for them that they don't normally get as defenders. Because usually your defensive coaches was a libero or played defense and has been a defensive coach their whole career. And that's obviously not the case for me. So it's fun to just bring some new stuff for them.
Nice. Well, there you go, Hardys and Hardos. St. Olaf. That's who you got to cheer for now, St. Olaf.
Olies, baby. Olies, baby. Let's go.
All right. No more River Falls for Spinning. So remember, St. Olaf.
Much love for everyone there, all the players, and coaches, and people. But now we're gonna go kick their butt next year. Just kidding.
You got them on schedule.
We will play them at the Loris tournament next year, so it'll be fun.
Let's go.
Little
that's big time
matches, so that'll be good.
Hell yeah! All right, now it's time to hear from the legendary Jack. Man, Spinny, it's been so long since we heard this amazing song.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you get into that, Bus. You get into that.
I missed that, man. It's been too long. That was great. That was great. Well, now we got to get our guest on for today. The legendary Ben Kiecker is back. What's up, Ben?
Hey, what's going on, boys? It has been a minute. I was like, man, we got to get back on this. I must have done good enough to be reinvited again, so I appreciate that. But good,
Yes,
it's good to
sir.
see you guys. Happy to be back on the pod. It's that time of year, I mean, he has risen. We got Easter this weekend, so shout out everybody celebrating Easter. But it's time. The snow is gone. The grass is getting green. The golf clubs are swinging, and of course, it's the playoffs.
Golf clubs are swinging.
Golf clubs are swinging.
Bus's bad NBA playoff takes, as we're all used to. This man getting everything wrong as usual, just like he will today.
Bro, get shut.
I can't wait. Can't wait
quick
to kick ass, baby.
You mentioned golf, Ben. Quick question for you. How'd you like the Masters?
Masters was fun. I usually don't really watch the Masters because I'm like, wow, I sat here and watched 8 hours of somebody else golf while I could have been doing the same thing.
You could have been, yeah.
This year, this year I watched it a lot. It was really good. I mean, I'd love to be able to golf like that someday, but as soon as
it's crazy the shots, man, they hit.
It's crazy. I was like, I'm freaking out when I hit stuff like that, and that's just kind of business as usual. But shout out Rory, Grand Slam, man, congrats. It was a little dicey there at the end. I'm gonna admit, I thought Justin Rose was out of it for the longest time, and then all of a sudden he kind of just kept in there. He was right there, and all of a sudden it was a playoff. I was like, wow, dude's got to be feeling great. So it was a good Masters.
If it gave me some hope, because if Rory can win the Masters, the Vikings can win the Super Bowl.
I knew you're gonna relate this to the Vikings.
Dude, if the king, the biggest Masters choke artist of all time, can win the Masters, then the biggest NFL choke artist of all time can win the Super Bowl. I mean, it just makes sense.
Okay, but what if they choose the Bills instead?
The Bills, I guess
the Bills lost 4 in a row.
But like, man, the Bills don't have a top 5 winning percentage in the history of the NFL, though.
Yes.
So
Bills have kind of stunk before.
Yeah, Bills have been bad for a long time. I feel like the Vikes have never really been like really bad. Like a very small amount of seasons where we were really bad.
Correct.
But a ton where it was like, oh, we're pretty good. We're gonna lose in the first round. Classic. Like that was Rory at the Masters, and I feel like we can. It's just giving me hope for 2025, 2026 Super Bowl. Just give me hope.
Okay. All right, Spinny. That's a homer take, but I respect it. I respect it. Now, we'll save that NFL for next week when the draft's coming. We're going to be talking NBA. Obviously, the playoffs start tomorrow. The play-in's been going all week. I mean, the Heat are up on the Hawks currently by 9 points, 5 minutes left in the third for the 8th seed. So let's start there in the 1-8 matchup. There is zero chance either of those two teams beat the Cavs. I'm sorry. There's no chance in hell. I'm saying 4-0 over the Hawks. I'll give the Heat one game, the Eric Spoelstra game. 4-1 over the Heat. The Cavs are dominating both those teams. No way. They don't.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mind not even waiting until after these 8-seed games to record this.
Right.
Like,
in neither 8-seed has a chance.
There was 0.0% chance I was picking either of the 8 seeds. Like you said, if it's Atlanta, like they'll be lucky to like have a game within 15 points.
That's what I'm saying. That's
against the Cavs. So,
and I'm only giving the Heat one because of Eric Spoelstra. Roster-wise, that should be a sweep too, even.
Yeah, it's not good.
What do you think, Ben? You're thinking the same thing? Cavs just going to dominate this first round, right?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think if I was any of those teams, I'd rather just stay in Atlanta and kind of get a jump start on my vacation, because nobody wants to go to Ohio and then welcome 4-0 sweep. So no. Cavs are on another level this year, so easy 4 game.
Okay, moving on to the 2-7 then. Obviously, we saw the Magic get the 7 seed in the play-in. Spinny, give us your thoughts, man. Can the Magic pull it off against your C's or no?
The brooms are coming out in this one, baby. This is broom.
The brooms.
Broomtastic.
Okay.
4-0.
My only counter
Yeah.
My only counter is that the C's somehow always choke a game.
Yeah, you're right.
Any business choking in the playoffs. So that's why I have the series going 5 games, but otherwise I'm completely with you.
No, I think you're right. I'm interested to see, like, Boston's been on a different level the last about 6 weeks. I feel like it's finally like really clicked together for them. And if Kristaps is continuing to be healthy, like that, I just think that they go as far as he goes to a certain extent. Like, I understand he's like the 4th best player on the team, but like it's the only area of their team where you can take advantage against them. And I feel like when he's playing, there's just no area to take advantage. And Tatum's been the best Tatum we've ever seen. I said this take after the finals last year, but I'm exceedingly glad he didn't win finals MVP. Man has played with a chip on his shoulder for every single game of this entire season and just been a different, like, the numbers look the same, but the vibe has not been the same from the way he plays basketball.
That's a great way to put it. I think he's kind of firmly established himself as the one. You know, Jaylen Brown wins finals MVP. Everyone's like, oh, this is a 1A, 1B situation. And this whole season, it's played out that Jason Tatum is very clearly the number one on that team.
It's one of the only teams where, like, when their best player's usage rate is above his average, they win exceedingly more. Like, they've won, right. I don't have the straight percentages in front of me, but it's over 90% of their games when he's been over that 30% usage rate. It's crazy. It's usually the opposite, but it's just showing the level that Tatum's on.
Yeah, I think Boston, I hate to even say it, they remind me of the Astros for the last good like 6, 7 years. Not that they're cheaters whatsoever, no, but that they're just regular season, like we know we're good. We are where we need to be. Let's just get through the regular season and really turn it up. So that could be a little bit of why I feel like Cleveland's had such a big year because Boston's right where they want to be. Like they're ready to go repeat. Yes. I like that. I think if you look at it from the series kind of standpoint, like Orlando was super hot last year at the end of the playoffs. Like, of course, it was kind of their first year in the playoffs, but they were hot. Banchero's the man. I mean, then the injury bug hit them this year, and that's why they've kind of been so poor. But no, definitely Boston is there. I mean, it's finals bust for them. So I'll give the other team one, whoever it is.
The Magic are a dangerous team going forward. I think they're trading some of their above average guys for a star away.
They need one more bucket getter.
They do.
They do.
Right.
They need a 2 because Paolo's a 1.
They don't.
I'm firmly convinced. Like
they just don't have enough offense right now. The defense is there.
Yes.
Yeah, they're huge.
Franz is not a 2 on the offensive end on a consistent basis. So he's a good 3, I think, but I just don't think he's a 2 on that level of winning team.
They need a guard. That's what they need.
Yeah. A guard who can
create his own shot and get his own shot. Because they have no offense. Like it's honestly embarrassing to watch. Like it's a 90s offense. So it's style they play. Like the other day they only attempted 23s. Like there's teams that shoot 53s a game. You know what I mean? Like 23s in a 20-25 game.
Jump shot kind of player either.
Right.
Really.
He likes working that mid post area.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the 3-6. Knicks Pistons. I think we're starting to finally get into 2 interesting series here in the East. But in my eyes, I have a 4-1 win over the Pistons. I think they're just too inexperienced. And they're kind of like the Magic in the fact that the defense is there, right? They're an elite defensive team. I just don't know how they're going to be able to score enough to keep up with the Knicks in this series. And you know Thibodeau's playing his star 5 like 45-plus minutes. So they're going to try to win every single game. Now, how far the Knicks can go in this, deep in the playoffs, that might be a different discussion. But for this first-round series, I think they're going to be able to handle them. Close games, but I think they'll handle them 4-1. I'm also expecting maybe some fights in this series, knowing the Pistons.
What do you think, Ben?
I think here we go. I am ready, and I really just want to apologize to like all Knicks fans super excited for this Karl Anthony Towns trade to kind of get put into the spotlight. But I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm not picking the Pistons, but I'm picking Karl Anthony Towns to be like 3 of 15, -12 over, plus minus in one of these games, and just see like, all those Knicks fans kind of see that that'll happen. But shout out Cat though, we wouldn't be without him, where we would be without him. But no, I think a lot of it goes to the Knicks. The Knicks are experienced. A lot of the guys on the Knicks have been on the playoffs. Detroit hasn't been good in years, so yeah, I'd give the Knicks a clean sweep here.
I'm gonna give the Pistons one, but I'm with Buss. I don't know how they can score on the Knicks, especially with just how many good long players they can throw at Cade Cunningham. And like Detroit goes as far as Cade goes. Like nobody's even close to his level on that team. Like not even remotely
remotely close.
Yeah. So I think if you can just limit Cade, they're just going to be a very stagnant team, and the Knicks have the defenders to do that.
All right, Pacers, Bucks.
I'm
very interested. When do you guys go?
Here around this.
I feel like I might be the only team picking this team. Only person picking this team on this pod, but maybe I'm wrong. Ben, what do you think about Pacers Bucks?
I think I want to hear who you think is going to win first.
I'll just say it. I got the Pacers in this series. 100%. Pacers in 6 is my pick. Now, obviously, it's risky, right? Usually in the NBA, you want to at least pick the team that has the best player in the series. Usually that will win the series. Giannis is by far the best player in the series, don't get me wrong. But their team as a whole is just terrible. Their team is just not good anymore. They're old. They're really old. And this Pacers team is young, athletic, and man, do they like to run. They will press you all game, full court, for all 94 feet. Even if it's Giannis bringing it up, they're going to throw guys at them, and they're going to pressure them all the way up. And then the second they get a stop, they're out and running. I just don't think this old Bucks team is going to be able to keep up with them. Now, they did say Dame is going to play, so that could be a huge X factor here. But I don't know. I know Spinny. I feel like Spinny definitely isn't picking the Bucks here.
I think, but Dame's not playing game 1. I think he did.
Correct. But there was talks that he wouldn't play at all, but now he is going to play at some point this series.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when Buss calls out my takes. 3 days ago, I was going to walk on this pod and take the Pacers, but the fact that Dame Lillard is going to play later in this series, off blood thinners, all that, I'm going to take Bucks in 7. It's going to be a long nip-tuck series. I think Game 7 in Milwaukee, then we'll go to the more experienced team with the best player. But this is going to be a dogfight series, and Milwaukee's look like crap the whole year.
Pacers are the 4 seed.
Sorry.
In Indiana.
In Indiana. Again, though, I think the most experienced team usually wins Game 7, even though, and with the best player especially, and Giannis is still a top 3 player in the world. So the Bucks have looked bad. They've looked real freaking bad. And I don't want to pick them, but Dame and Giannis in the playoffs, I think, will get them past this first-round matchup.
That's why I'm a little worried. That's why I figured I'd be the one picking the Pacers, just because Giannis on this revenge arc, he's just been pissed all year, all last season too, about not getting enough credit or not being talked about in the media. When this dude is, like you said, easily still a top 3 player in the league. There's no debate. Giannis is that guy. So obviously there's a huge worry when it comes to that.
And not to jump that, but I think the top 5 is the most locked in it's been in recent memory.
It is so clear about the top 5 players.
I would be interested to be presented an argument that wasn't Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Tatum, and SGA.
The argument would be I'm throwing Ant there instead of Tatum, maybe, right? That's the only one I can maybe see.
Yes. Yeah.
But in my eyes, it's those 5 players, no doubt about it. And then Ant would probably be 6,
Yeah. All right.
Ben, did you say who you had?
I think
did you
that
pick the Pacers? I forgot what you said.
No. Yeah, I picked the Pacers. I think that I give the Pacers in 6 because I think the Bucks are just, again, you hit it on a T-bus. They're old, they're There is nobody really on that team. Like, is Kyle Kuzma really going to step up and like win this?
That's what I'm worried about too. Like, they actually rely on Kuzma. Like, I don't like that.
Come on. But I think the Pacers are fast and play a lot of D, and Halliburton, Dame, Giannis, I'll have a 50-point game here, but I think it comes down to is that Rick Carlisle is the clear better head coach in this series too. Like Doc Rivers, I don't think is going to be able to do very much coaching wise. But but we're going to take the Pacers in 6.
Yeah.
We're going to take the Pacers in 6 because I think I think Dame and Giannis can win 2 games for just absolute crazy games.
Love.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Eastern champion. Who do y'all got? I'm sorry, Hardies and Hardos, that I even have to say this.
Do it, boss. Say it.
I have the Celtics.
Say it, baby.
I have Celtics repeating as Eastern Conference champions. Your Boston Celtics, Spinny, are going to win the East. That's what I have. I have Celtics over Cavs in 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I do not think this will be a close series if Kristaps Porzingis is playing basketball. I'm going to go Celtics in 5 over the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't hate that take. I really don't.
Okay. This is so tough because Boston is good. And like in my heart, I think Boston can win again. However, this is going to be crazy, but I promise you it is true. I double fact checked it today. Since the Raptors won the ring in 2019, before the virus, before life was well, the defending champ has not made it out of the second round.
Correct. That is correct.
And so I think about that too. I since that has happened this whole time, I'm staying with it, and I'm gonna take the Knicks and the Cavs.
The Knicks?
Yeah. Yep. They're somehow gonna make it.
The team that has not beat the Cavs or the Celtics this season, the Knicks. Okay.
Yep.
Who do you got?
They're
Who's winning the East?
They're 0-9, and we're gonna take the Knicks in the East. Yep.
0-9.
That is hot.
At least winning, winning 8 games against these teams. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
It'll make more sense when I pick my West team. But we're gonna get the Knicks. We're gonna get the Knicks.
All right.
On to the West?
That's crazy. On to the West. We don't need to talk about this 8-1. It's a 4-0. Thunder are going to absolutely destroy whoever it is.
I don't even want to talk about it yet.
Maybe the Grizzlies could steal 1. That would be it. The Mavs obviously getting swept.
Yep.
2-7. This is an interesting one. Rockets, Warriors, inexperience, youth, athleticism versus championship experience. What are we thinking here, boys? This is a very interesting series.
I hate this matchup for the Warriors.
So do I.
The Rockets are young and fast. They're going to, it's Ime. Ime's going to press. They're going to run fast. They're going to throw 72 different defenders at Steph Curry. And every single person that's on him is going to be in his grill every second of every.
Amen Thompson, by the way.
And Amen Thompson, who has been a great Steph Curry defender throughout the regular season this year. That's probably your crunch time guy. That being said, Steph, playoff Jimmy, and Steve.
You're still taking them. I knew it.
Take the Warriors in 7. I'm going to take the Warriors.
I knew you were doing that.
It's going to be a close freaking series.
I knew you were hyping the Rockets up just to take the Warriors. I saw that coming.
When we talk about playoff risers, there's no bigger playoff riser I feel than Jimmy Butler out there. Again, yes, the Warriors are older, but again, this is the Warriors still, and these guys know how to ball. It reminds me of the Spurs back in the day beating LeBron. Like, those are some old men out there. Like, these guys are still got it for them. I think this is the series we see a little extracurricular activity out there. Dylan Brooks,
I agree.
Draymond Green. Definitely somebody's getting suspended. These guys are more surgical than doctors when it comes to getting under people's skin. They just
for real though. yeah.
But again, like huge, great season for Houston. For those young guys to finally come get it together. Ime, from that whole stuff in Boston, and now he's like, "Yep, I'm still a coach. Like maybe I can still ball." But Warriors in 6.
Udoka has a style too that I think just is. I love Joe Maz. I understand why everything happened, but the style of basketball Udoka plays as coach, I think is super successful in the NBA.
He's not scared of Steph Curry. Ime.
No, he's gonna make.
He's not scared of LeBron. He's not scared of anybody.
No, genuinely. And it's not fake either. Because,
no, it's not.
Joe Maz, I feel like, tries to fake that, and it just doesn't always come off as sincere. But Ime really feels that way.
Yeah. Well, you guys both taking the Warriors. I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy. I will take the Rockets in 7, which blows my mind because then I'm choosing against Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler in a game 7, but I am doing it. I don't know, man. I like the Rockets in this spot as an underdog. Vegas has the Warriors favored in this series. I like the Houston in that spot because Ime, he's just chirping in the locker room. No one thinks you guys can do this. No one respects you guys. You guys are the 2 seed. You won almost 55 games, and they still don't believe in you. And I think the Rockets in that type of position is where they want to be. So I'm taking the Rockets in this series, even though everything that I've ever known basketball-wise points me to the Warriors winning this. But I'm taking the Rockets. Fuck it.
I'd give myself a swirly if Steph and Jimmy lost in game 7 to the Rockets.
Fred VanVleet, baby. Yeah. Fred VanVleet.
This will be a good series, though. All right.
I just had to zag. Come on. Someone had to pick the Rockets.
You did.
They're the 2 seed after all. We can't go 3-0 Warriors.
No one has to pick
right.
But
we want to have some ball knowledge a little bit talked on this, right?
All right. The series we obviously have all been waiting to discuss. The Wolves and the Lakers. Like Spinny's headline says, of fucking course, the Wolves had to get the goddamn 6 seed and play the freaking Lakers. The worst matchup for them in the first round, other than the Thunder. Just terrible luck for us. But as my headline says, I'm taking us in 6. I don't even care. I don't care. We're winning this series. Anthony Edwards is going to be that guy. He's going to be that guy.
Lakers in 6. Ant scores 35, 7 and 6 a game, and it's irrelevant. That's how not confident I am in this matchup. To be honest.
Honestly, I can definitely see that happening. So
I just don't know who scores the basketball other than Anthony Edwards on a consistent basis. I don't hate our bigs. Their best big is Jackson freaking Hayes. Rudy against Jackson Hayes, that'll give us a little bit of an advantage, right? I love LeBron having to probably guard Nas or whoever our foreman is, but they're gonna score a lot of points. Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves. Those 3 players alone are going to score a lot of points, and I just don't know who on our team is going to step up and be that consistent second scoring option. I just don't like the matchup. I just really don't. The Lakers don't have anyone that can stop Anthony Edwards, but I don't know if it matters.
Right. I think the matchup it's a weird, I have such a deep take on it. I think that our bench is younger, and maybe we've got some more scoring from the bench. DiVincenzo, Nas, those guys can always go for 20 points. You look at the Lakers bench, I don't think it's as deep. Say we find some matchups that we don't like, or who, LeBron or somebody's on the bench, or Luka, and who's going to guard Ant or anybody like Jared Vanderbilt or Gabe Vincent. But I think I'm worried about it because Ant likes to play a lot of hero ball. I've seen Anthony Edwards shoot us into a game and we win and he goes something crazy. And I've also watched him shoot us out of a game. So I think hopefully he can maybe be mindful of hey, let's let somebody else do it. But obviously I got to take the Wolves here. So we're Wolves in 6.
As always, Hardee's and Nardos, you know my anti-Wolves takes are just
don't listen to Spinny. He did this shit last playoffs too. He picked the fucking Suns over us last year. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
So when the Wolves win, you can thank me and the Hard-Headed Sports Pod for all the motivation that it took.
Unreal. This Spinny guy just always has to frame it in his favor. Just ridiculous.
It sounds realistic to me. I don't know.
Realistically, though, I love the Wolves in this spot again. It reminds me of last year. We're just doubted. No one believes in this team. Everyone was picking the freaking Suns over us last year when we were the higher seed. You included, Spinny. No one believed in us last year.
I'm pretty sure I picked the Suns in 5.
Yeah, everyone picked the Suns. Everyone picked the Nuggets. Like, I just like us in that spot. I think Ant plays with a chip on his shoulder, and Ant's not scared. He's not scared of the moment. He's not scared that it's LeBron James. He doesn't care. He's not scared it's Luka. He's not scared of anybody.
Other than having too many children, he's not scared of
anybody. Oh my God! You just had to throw that in there. Come on. We're not doing that the day before the playoffs start for the Wolves. We're good vibes only. Okay.
All right. Fair.
This is gonna be. I'm trying to remove my Wolves fandom and LeBron fandom when I say this, but this is by far the most intriguing series to me. I think this will be the most competitive basketball out of all these series. Like, I'm really looking forward to watching all 7 of these games.
Who you're gonna have to root against LeBron in a playoff series, Bus? How's that gonna go?
I've never had to. It's weird. Yeah. The Wolves have never played LeBron in the playoffs. This has never happened. It's weird. Passing of the torch, man. LeBron to Ant. Come on.
Can't wait.
All right, last series. This series obviously going to be a toss-up too here. Clippers and Nuggets. Nuggets are the 4 seed. I don't care. I'll go out and say it right away. I cannot pick the Clippers. I said this on the pod before, last year, maybe even 2 years ago already. They're a team that I will never pick based on their history of injuries. And now that James Harden, the biggest choke job of this generation, is also on that team, I just can't pick them, even though they've played tremendous basketball this season. I will not pick and rely on Kawhi's health and James Harden scoring buckets in the playoffs. I will not rely on that. I'm taking the best player in the series. That's Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. I'm taking them in 7.
Gosh, you have such much greater points than I would ever think of when it comes to this, because I wanted the Clippers to be my dark horse for the NBA Finals. I
feel like a lot of people did.
I think that for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe this whole Kawhi Leonard being injured for once is now he's finally healthy. He had all these knee problems. Maybe he is finally healthy. And he has been lately. And I think, Zubac is a defensive player of the year, candidate. I think I like the Clippers somehow. The whole Mike Malone stuff is definitely some side distraction that can kind of throw people off too. Obviously, Jokic is a clear cut, could be the MVP, but I like Kawhi Leonard and I like the Clippers in 6.
Clips in 6 as well. This is the first time we've seen Kawhi in the reverse scenario, like Ben just said, where he sets a lot of games and then is playing at the end. And the Nuggets are not I just have a hard time feeling like they're going to put together the normal playoff Nuggets teams we've seen. I just don't. Michael Porter Jr.'s checked out. I think there's a huge chance man gets traded in the offseason. He's just not locked in my opinion, and how he's played.
He sucks, honestly.
And then they're paying him a max deal.
Yeah.
Jokic is going to do Jokic things, 100%. He's probably going to average 35, 10, and 10. But I think the Clippers are going to take a more Wolves-ish strategy and try to let Jokic score the basketball. Not let him score the basketball, but not make him be able to be as assist-oriented as he wants to be. And agreed, again, what Ben said, Zubac is a good matchup for him, I think. Nobody's containing
strong,
Jokic,
physical.
Yeah, he's not pushing him around. He's not doing those type of situations.
Yeah.
And Harden's look great. I understand it's playoff Harden, but Harden's look great. And I think if Kawhi can be the closer and stay healthy, which I think given the amount of times he's played this year, there's a chance of. And I haven't even talked about the biggest deal with the Malone and what's his dumb firing. I can't even remember his name. He was that bad of a GM, but
Taylor Jenkins.
No, the GM for the
from the Kings.
The Nuggets GM that got fired.
Was
it a Booth?
Calvin Booth?
Calvin Booth.
Yeah.
Calvin Booth. Yeah. Not the most ideal GM. And I just don't think I understand where Kroenke came from with wanting to make that firing and just felt like they had no chance with the staff that they had, but I don't believe you fire your head coach and GM 4 games before the season and end of the season are going to be effective in the playoffs. I just don't believe it.
That shit was crazy. I still don't understand that. Makes no sense to me to this day. Makes no sense. I hear it. I mean, I definitely think the Clippers are the better team, but like I said, I will refuse to pick them until I see it actually happen. Until I actually see a healthy Kawhi postseason. I need to see that. Otherwise, I'm picking against them at all times.
So if the Clips win this series, how much confidence do you have in them in winning another game? Or winning another series? Or being competitive in another series? So no chance against OKC?
Competitive, yes. I think they could push it 6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Kawhi is that good. He's been playing that good this year.
Yeah.
Like you said, Harden, Zubats, these guys have been playing that good. So they have the talent to make a Western Conference Finals run, 100%. I don't see him getting over the Thunder hump in that second round.
That makes sense. Ty Lue is also a great coach, I will say.
Ty Lue's an amazing coach. He should get way more credit than he does, 100%. But since I was just mentioning that, I do have the Thunder, obviously, in the Western Conference Finals. Taking down my Minnesota Timberwolves in 6 games. I have the Thunder winning the West, playing the Celtics in the NBA Championship.
I'm going to take the Lake Show. The Lakers. The Lakers to win the West. Lakers Celtics finals matchup. Let's get it.
Okay.
That's Adam Silver pulling the strings, firing the Memphis coach, firing the Nuggets coach. Now all of a sudden the Lakers got this nice, easy path to the finals. No, the Wolves are going to beat the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, and it's going to be a war of Karl Anthony Towns and his new team against Anthony Edwards, and it's going to be a love affair, and it's going to be emotional, and it's going to be good, but we're going to sweep them. Wolves sweep the Knicks.
You what?
Welcome to Homer Nation. Also, I forgot
we are not a Minnesota-based sports podcast, if you couldn't tell.
We also didn't talk about how bad Julius Randle's going to be in the playoffs.
Stop it.
No, that's the other thing. He figured it out this year.
No, he figured what out? He figured out how to not shoot 15 to 20% worse in the playoffs than he does in the regular season. He figured out how to not do iso ball and turn it over 100,000 times in playoff games. He figured that out,
baby.
Yeah, he's a bull in a china shop. Yeah, tell him, boss.
I have more confidence in Kawhi Leonard's knee than I have in Julius Randle's playoff performance.
I'm telling you, just watch, man. We're beating the Lakers. I know it's happening. I have that feeling in me. Just like last year against the Suns and Nuggets, I have that same feeling. I know we're winning the series. I'm telling you.
I hope you're right.
You're going to have to come back on this pod and admit that you secretly hate Minnesota teams. You always pick against them.
It's motivation. How many times do I have to say that? God.
Yeah. But then you pick them against the Mavs, and then we lose. So nice. Sweet.
Some people.
I don't make the rules.
So he said Wolves, NBA champs. I'm taking the Thunder over the Celtics. I think the Thunder are definitely the best team in the league. I got that going the full distance, though, 7 games.
I'm going C's over Lakers in 6. C's get it done at LA.
Finally end the back-to-back drought the NBA is in here.
I'm also I just don't I would have picked 7, but Luka and LeBron in a game 7 for
I don't know if you want to see that.
This doesn't I just don't like I feel like there's a chance they go for 80 points together if that's the scenario.
Yeah, like Kyrie and LeBron did.
Like I just feel like that could be the scenario, and I just hate my life if that happens. So we're gonna go season 6.
All right, fellas. Let's move on to the awards now. We're going to quickly run through all of the awards. Some of these obviously are pretty obvious who's going to win, or at least narrowed down to 2 people. MVP. I think the MVP will be SGA. I believe it should be Jokic. I don't know how you don't give it to a guy who's top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists, and steals, averages a triple-double, led his team to 50 wins, has the biggest on-off differential in NBA history. His team was on pace for the worst offensive rating in NBA history with him off the court, and the best offensive team rating in NBA history with him on the court. Like, the on-off differential, that just shows how valuable it is when he's actually playing. So I truly think it should be Jokic, but obviously SGA has been incredible this year, and they won 68 games, so I get it. I'm picking SGA.
I also don't. How do I say this? I think the firing of the coach and GM actually should be a good thing on Jokic's MVP nomination and not bad. Like, this man is doing everything you just said while the inner workings of the organization is the most toxic and dysfunctional absolutely possible. And I also think you do I understand the teams aren't the same and they wouldn't be built the same, but even if you put a big of Murray's caliber and SGA on the Nuggets, or you put Jokic on the Thunder. Like, in my opinion, you put Jokic on the Thunder, they win more than 73 games. There's a good chance they literally break the.
If Jokic had the supporting cast the Thunder has, he would easily win damn near 70 games. Like, it wouldn't even be. He would destroy it. You're telling me Caruso, Hardenstein, all these stud role players, all these good defenders, J-Dub, Case, and Wallace. If you had any guys like that.
Hardenstein, Jokic, and Chet? Those 3 guys? Like, I don't know, man. What do you think, Ben?
Who'd you pick? So you're actually picking Jokic?
Yeah,
Spinny?
I am. I'm picking Jokic.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna pick Jokic? See, I want Jokic to win. I'll give you the other side of it. I think there's voter fatigue. SGA has really climbed the ladder this year. Clearly, they're the best team. He's the best guy on the best team, so it makes sense. It's fun to watch, like, how good he's actually become. Like, this is some type of ascension that, like, Luka Doncic should be in this conversation sometimes too. Like, Luka's been in the league for a while. Where's his MVP? So Shea, definitely Shea's gonna win it. I think the Joker should, but best guy on the best team, and he has really ascended.
I'll take your points too. Like, the difference is, to me, with Jokic compared to, like, you want to use the LeBron argument, right? Like, LeBron was clearly the best player for friggin' 10 years in a row, basically, right? And there was multiple MVPs in there that had worse stats than him on worse teams and blah, 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 blah. But, like, even LeBron has never had a season like this from a statistical perspective. And I think a lot of the MVP voters look at that, like Bus was talking about, the him on the court, off the court stats. Like, no one's ever seen anything like that. The analytics stats from everything, top to bottom, are all Jokic. So I get there is a lot of voter fatigue, but there's also a lot of statistical stuff which will get some of those voters as well. So it's like, I feel like some of those might balance out potentially, and that would leave the door open for Jokic to win.
That's a good point.
I mean, I've been watching NBA for probably 20 years now. It's by far the best individual season I've ever seen somebody have. The efficiency and to be top 3 in all the major categories, like, that, it's just absurd what he done. Like, sure, Russell Westbrook averaged triple doubles. Those were insane seasons too. But to do it at damn near 60% shooting, like Jokic, like, he wasn't doing it at that efficiency. Like, it's insane to me that
turnover
rate, win MVP and it's the best
anywhere near the turnover rate.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
I mean, 60, 20, and 20. Come on, guys.
60, 20, 20. Like, what?
He's insane.
Okay, DPOY. This one, I think, fellas, this might be the most wide open the field's been in recent memory. Like, there's literally probably four guys, let's say, that have a legit chance of winning this. I'm taking Mobley because I think he's been the best from start to finish. He had more of a complete defensive season. So I'm going to take Evan Mobley for this. But you guys could talk me into a couple different names too, honestly.
I'm taking the man who is going to talk himself into this DPOY.
You're not picking Draymond
Green. I'm picking Draymond Green. I think there's a good chance Draymond Green wins this DPOY award. He's had a great defensive season. He's had a great season overall, probably his best in the last 3 to 4 years from a start to finish basis. He's played center for them a lot. He's done a great job guarding bigs throughout the season. Obviously, the stocks numbers aren't quite at the Mobley level, but man, I think there's a real good shot Draymond Green wins the DPOY.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Why? No. Why are you going to be bad?
He does not deserve the MVP. I'm sorry. He's been great, but not the best defender in the league this entire season. Great.
Ben?
I think, yeah, it's usually been such a lock. Like Rudy Gobert was a lock for a couple years. Now it is open, and it usually isn't. So I like Dyson Daniels. He's leading the league in steals. He's kind of came out of nowhere. Too bad the Hawks aren't that good. Lou Dort, he's a key part of that team defensively. That's why Oklahoma City's so good. And Evan Mobley, too. I think Evan Mobley has really ascended this year as well. He's a reason why the Cavs are good. Donovan Mitchell's up there, too, with being someone worth an award, too. So we're going to take Evan Mobley as well. I like Evan Mobley for Defensive Player of the Year. Cavs are hot.
Cavs are hot. Shit. That is crazy.
I do
All right, 6.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Spinny.
Oh, I was going to say I do like the Dyson Daniels pick. I think
he's been a stud. Yeah.
I just think the injury and all that type of thing, but without that, I think there's a good shot he would have won.
Now, I will admit, I obviously said it's a wide open field, but Wemby doesn't get hurt, he's going to unanimously win it.
Yeah, Wemby doesn't get hurt, it's a freaking lock.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 6.5 stocks a game.
All right, 6th man of the year. Just tell me, Spinny. Come on.
I want you to say it because you have shit talked this man on this pod so freaking much. And honestly, I don't even necessarily think he should win it this year based off of what the other guy's done, but odds and how everything's looking like he's going to win it. I said this man was an all-star on this pod, going to be an all-star on this pod in the first 5 episodes of it, and this man, Jack Buster, laughed at me live on the pod.
He's still not an all-star, though. Like, come on.
No, he's not, but he's on
climbing the ladder.
He's getting close. Climbing the ladder. We're getting there. Man's about to win an NBA award.
I will say it, Spinny, for your pleasure here. Peyton Pritchard is going to win 6th man of the year this year. You said, though, you were probably alluding to Malik Beasley. I personally think Malik Beasley should win 16 points a game. They rely more on his success than the Celtics rely on Peyton Pritchard's success. I don't think that's really even debatable.
Way honestly. More important to his team for sure. Yeah. And second in the league in total 3-pointers made off the bench. Is a huge thing as well.
But Pritchard's winning it, I think, for sure. I think that's pretty established. Ben, you're making a little smile. You got someone different?
Oh yeah, definitely. I like Malik Beasley too. Like you said, he is a vital part of that team. When he's on, Pistons are on. When he's not playing too well, they're not playing too well. Peyton Pritchard though, just some cold white boy. It reminds me of Bus back in the day out there at the YMCA. Just like Pop coming in here, contributing. They're like, what's this little white boy running around for? But he's just knocking down shots.
Spinny, how you like that one?
Bus, that's why Bus was so anti-Peyton Pritchard, is because he's him. Bus is Peyton Pritchard. Let's go.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god.
I want Norman Powell to win because I'm on the Clippers train, but no, Peyton Pritchard. Let's get him an award, another ascending player in the league, and like we've said again, Celtics are rolling.
That injury kind of mid to 3/4 of the way through where Norman missed like damn near 20 games. I think that kind of killed his chances, but he was balling to start the year. Yeah, he did. He was freaking killing in the beginning of the year. Like just 30 points every game. It was insane.
Literally.
And he was a teammate of Kawhi's back in the day on that title run. He's got a ring, so like he's gearing up for a big run.
All right, rookie of the year. This is not. I think it's pretty universally locked in that Stephon Castle is going to win this award. Reese Shea will probably get second. He really came on at the end of the year, but I mean, it's slim pickings, boys. It was not a good rookie class. I'm pretty sure we're all locked in with Castle, right?
Castle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's move on to most improved then. This is where it gets interesting. There's a lot of good candidates this year. I'm going to go Dyson Daniels for exactly what we talked about earlier. Just that jump. I mean, he was just a toss-in in that DeJounte Murray in. Literally a toss-in. They're like, here, you can have him too if you want. And now he's playing huge, meaningful minutes and is the first person to average over 3 steals a game in like 30 years or whatever crazy shit it is. I think he should get it, but there are some other guys, and especially Ben, you're talking about the Clippers train. You might be picking your boy Zubats or no?
I think I'd like to pick him, but this year it's clearly I think Cade Cunningham.
I could accept that. Yeah.
I'm on the fence though with the idea of the guy being the first overall pick becoming the most improved. I mean, you're the number one pick, like you're supposed to be this. So I think a little bit of that is like this is expected of Cade Cunningham, but Detroit's been a dumpster fire for years. I mean, I don't remember the last time they made the playoffs, with even over 500. So I like Cade Cunningham. Detroit is finally good. They did make the playoffs. They even avoided the play in. So he's definitely, if you look at the stats, he's been a lot better because they're in, baby. So I like Cade Cunningham.
Bus knows how I feel about most improved, but I think Dyson Daniels would be the guy if I was a voter I would pick because I agree with Ben. Like number one picks, like unless you look like a bust, you shouldn't you know what I mean? Unless you're like a bust and then you're really good again. Like Cade was always like getting better. I felt like we just were like, when is
his biggest flaw was that he just couldn't stay on the court. He was always hurt.
And efficiency. I feel like that was a big jump for him this year. Was just that piece of it, but. I do think it's going to be Cade. I think the huge change, again, I'm just quoting Ben right now, but what he said about the standings change and how bad the Pistons have been and how much he's really revamped everything that's going on with them. So I think Cade's probably going to win it, but Dyson is more of the style of player that I think could win it. Like you said, he was thrown in the DeJounte Murray trade, and right now, you wouldn't trade Devontae straight up for him. You'd probably take 2 or 3 first-round picks to get Dyson Daniels.
That's a good point.
Dejounte Murray. So that's just shows how much of an improvement he's made.
Yeah, I think Zubats is that other name. I think that's kind of a 3-man race between those 3 guys, though. So it'll be interesting to see what route the voters go. Coach of the year, last one. This one's obviously always a toss-up. You never really know what route the voters are going to go. There's so many different ways to interpret it. I'm thinking Kenny Atkinson, just to come in, take over the team, and be second best record in the entire NBA. I mean, that's quite a good jump, and so I'm taking them. Well, I mean, you could say a million other names that I wouldn't disagree.
No, I agreed. Cavs have really been a step ahead this year. I know they've kind of slowed down a little bit at the end, but Kenny Atkinson is a great coach. He's going to get those guys locked in. I know the last couple of years the Cavs have kind of been so in the playoffs. I mean, the Knicks beat them in 5 a couple years ago at home. So I like Kenny Atkinson a lot.
I'm going to say Ime Udoka. I think that's where I'm going to go with it. I love the improvement of the Rockets and how big of a jump they made this year. The fact that none of us said Mark, the OKC coach, is kind of a shame. Like, man should definitely get some looks as well. But
that's why I don't. That's why I've never understood this award though, and how they like interpret it and vote on it, right? Because like Mark should get way more credit for all the injuries he had to deal with. He kept them afloat. They've been the best team from start to finish. How does he not get more credit? I feel like he probably won't even finish top 3, sadly. So, like, I don't get it sometimes.
And you make a great point. Like, OKC hasn't really been all healthy altogether the whole year. And they've still been this good. Like, that, to me, is a coaching situation. So
exactly. Yeah, I don't get it. There's plenty of guys you could throw out there. Ty Lue. Clippers have probably exceeded expectations this year. A lot of that's due to Ty Lue. They didn't have Kawhi for how long this season? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's jump to all defense. I'm just going to name my 5. If you have someone different, just shout it out. I have Mobley, obviously, as my DPOY. Lou Dort, Draymond, Amin Thompson, and I gave Dyson Daniels the last spot. Crazy that he's first team all defender.
65 games?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll double check that.
I'll fact check that right now, but as long as Dyson made 65 games, I am locked in player for player with you.
Yeah.
76 games.
76.
We're good.
Okay. Yep.
You're in agreement, Ben?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Might have some differences here on my second team. Otherwise, probably most of these names the same. Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams. I gave him a spot. Giannis. Everyone just forgets how good Giannis is at defense. Zubats. Giving some Clippers love there. And I had to be a homer. I picked McDaniels as the 5th spot.
I like that list. Man, who would I nitpick out of that list?
Probably McDaniels, I feel like.
Yeah, probably McDaniels, but who else would I think Miles Turner.
J-Dub, maybe?
I think there's a chance Miles Turner gets on. If he made 65, not 100% on that one either. And Walker Kessler. 2.5 blocks a game, led the league in blocks. So I think he is also an option. And then another Thunder player, Carson Wallace. Carson Wallace, 3rd in the league.
Cason
Wallace. Geez, sorry. Cason Wallace, almost 2 steals a game. Those are 3 other names that.
Thumbs up on Miles Turner.
Yep.
Beautiful.
No, Walker Kessler did not make 65, so obviously he would be out. Anything different there, Bensky?
No, you guys have hit it on the nail. Definitely what I would choose.
I don't think you didn't say OG Anunoby, did you?
I did not.
That would be another
that's
guy,
a name I like too.
Well, I have to. Yeah, I might have to. Oh, McDaniels played all 82 this year. Shit. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping him on there then.
Iron Man.
Damn, let's go. All right, that's obviously a toss-up. We're not doing all rookie teams because that was a pathetic class this year. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I couldn't even name 10 rookies that had a good year this year. So no thanks.
Thank you.
All
Thank
NBA.
You for being the one to say it.
Yeah, for real. All NBA first team. I think we have to be in agreement because these are the only 5 that are in consideration. That is Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Tatum. Those 4 are locked in. 5th spot's kind of up for debate, but I think it's Spida. The Cavs have been so good. I think he's going to get that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You got that 5, Ben?
I think it's going to be Ant. I think Ant's going to get the nod. I think Ant is actually going to get the nod over Spida.
No complaints here.
I agree with what you said about like the winning and stuff, but just the way the national media talks about Ant and the writers talk about Ant, I think there's a chance that he steals that 1 spot. Especially with the Cavs kind of being for the last month.
Well, they also let's go to second team now. They also have the Mobley aspect too, right? That could maybe bring Spida down because they're like, oh, he also has another All-NBA teammate, Mobley, to lead my second team. I have him. I figured he wins DPOY. He's got to make at least second team. But I think he's a lock for at minimum 3rd team this year. LeBron, Ant, Curry, Cade Cunningham to round out my second team. I think if, like Spinny says, Ant is first team, then Spider's in that spot. But otherwise, I think LeBron, Ant, Curry are the for sure locks for second team.
Yeah, I got Spider, Curry, LeBron. This one was so hard for
me.
The
last two spots are up for debate, for sure.
I went with Cade Cunningham. I felt like that change has been enough for him to get there. And Jalen Brunson. Those are
you went Nick. Yeah.
I went Knicks. Those are my 5 second team.
There we go. We're all kind of got you guys that you're 2 different guys that you thought differently on are my guys here too. Cade, Steph, Ant, Brunson, and Evan Mobley. I mean, you could give a debate for anybody to be up a class or down a class, but no, we're pretty in agreement.
Yeah, I had a tough time with the Knicks guys. I didn't know what to do with them. So third team here, I got both of them, Brunson and Cat. And then I have Jalen Williams sliding in, Tyrese Halliburton, and James Harden. Third team All-NBA. Wow. It's honestly incredible the year James Harden has had. So many people wrote that dude off. Me being one of them, I will admit it.
I had James Harden as well. Cat, Devin Booker. Still, I know the Suns were bad, but third team.
Elite numbers.
Yeah. Third team has traditionally got some of those bad teams if the numbers were at the level. So I said, who did I say? Sorry, I said Booker, Cat, Harden.
Booker, Cat, Harden. Yep.
Booker, Cat, Harden. I felt, this was so hard. I went with Halliburton, even though I didn't love the season he had.
I didn't love that one either. I didn't either.
Still there in the assist department. And you have to give the Thunder 2, and I feel like Jalen Williams has earned it. Man's played 69 games, averaged that 21, almost 22 points a game. So I went with J-Dub.
Efficient. He's efficient shooting. He's good defender too. So
yeah.
Yes, boys.
You have any names that we didn't mention at all? You gave your boy Zubac some love here.
I am on the tough. I got like 4 guys that I need to change. I had Sabonis in there. I had Sabonis in there as well. I think the Knicks. Sorry,
he's a number machine, obviously.
The Kings, efficiency. Jaren Jackson Jr. You know, he was supposed to be the new defensive player of the year.
He's there.
But like Spinny said, Jalen Williams, the Thunder are good. So yeah, LeBron, Cat, Sabonis, JJ, Halliburton.
You didn't have LeBron yet, so yeah, you need a LeBron.
Yeah, sorry, LeBron, Cat. Sorry, I didn't even say it. Yeah, LeBron, Cat, Sabonis, and then 2 of the 3 is Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, or Tyrese Halliburton.
I could see Jaren Jackson getting it.
Yeah, I also thought Jalen Green is a guy that probably should have had a shot, but just could not get the efficiency numbers up enough to probably make it. And also Sengun, I don't know why Ime Udoka hates Sengun, but that man has a grudge against Sengun.
Because he doesn't play defense, and that's what Ime loves to do.
Play defense. Sabonis doesn't play defense.
But look at Ime is a defensive coach who's all about intensity and physicality, and that's not Sengun.
Because I feel like if Sengun had got the minutes and opportunities that he should have gotten, that he would have been a player in this list as well. Just talking through the top teams that we didn't really give anybody for.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Second seed Rockets, like no one is going to be on this list.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. All right, Ben, you have any other thoughts about the NBA playoffs or upcoming NBA awards or anything NBA related before we get you out of here?
I think this reminds me, this West is so deep. And it reminds me of back when we were kind of in like 9th grade, 10th grade, where like, again, the 8th seed is 50 and 32, or what was it? The Suns missed the playoffs in like 2014, 48 and 34. Like the West is so wide open. I'm excited for some good basketball. I'm excited for some competitive basketball. I can see a lot of people coming out of the West. East is super open. I think my hot take of the night, I'm going to end it at this, is that if the Bucks flop, Dame and Giannis should go to Miami because it's a beautiful, warm area and they can take over because the East is wide open. My hot take of the night.
I love that take, and I think I don't know about Dame, but I for sure think if the Bucks get crapped on and lose in the first round to a team like this, I think there's a huge chance that Giannis asks for a trade in the summer. I really do.
No, I completely agree with that. That's a pretty good take. That'd be crazy though, Ben. I guess we'll find out.
That would be crazy.
Thank you for joining us. Can you say that again, Ben?
I said no. It would be crazy. But Dame to the Bucks was crazy too, and there was a Luka trade too. I mean, anything's possible now.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, if Luka's getting traded for 40 cents on the dollar, I guess anything's possible in this NBA world. So,
Facts.
All right, Ben, we appreciate you, man. Go Wolves.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. You have a great weekend and go Wolves. It's going to be a war on Saturday. I can't wait.
Yes,
sir. Let's get it.
All right, Spinny. I got a quick Q&A for you.
Let's go.
Since we took such a long hiatus here.
Yep.
Right? Conflicting coaching schedules here. We missed arguably the greatest time of the year for sports, and that is March Madness. Just give me like a little synopsis, general thoughts, however you want to frame it, what you thought about the tournament. You could talk men's tournament, women's tournament, whatever you want. The storylines that came out of it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Men's tournament, obviously not as many upsets as we're used to. More of the women's tournament style results. Still some fun early upsets, not as long. I thought the Final Four games were 3 of the best Final Four games we've ever had. I was entertained start to finish in all 3 of those games, which is something I feel like we don't get a lot, which was awesome. Florida's guard, whose name I can't remember right now, Walter Clayton is an absolute god at basketball. And I know he's short, but like that stop-start with the strap he's got, like I do think there is potential NBA ability for him.
I'm already knowing some NBA GM's going to overthink that one. Yeah. Oh, he's 22 and only 6'2". Yep. He's going to fall to a contender and be a great bench piece for them.
Literally. And Cooper Flagg's one of the best college basketball players I've ever seen in person.
He's so unreal good.
Yeah. Women's side, it was kind of like we kind of knew what was happening start to finish again for like who was going to be there. UConn played like they had a huge chip on their shoulder in the championship game.
What was with UConn just running over UCLA and South Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Paige and Azzi's like they had grinded both of them to put it together and they finally did. So I felt like that was a lot of it. And there was some selfishness from South Carolina. It really looked like it. Like Malaysia Fulali in the transfer portal right away had been their best player fairly consistently, and they just couldn't make shots in that championship game. So that is more what that one came down to. But she's going to go somewhere and average like 25 and 8.5 and be the best player that gets every ball. And that's kind of what she looked like she wanted. And Dawn never gave her that. It's never going to be that way in South Carolina. So they'll revamp and be there. But I think that was the biggest determiner in that one.
Yeah. Shout out Paige Beckers, man. That was awesome. That was really awesome. I'm sure.
She's fire, man.
You obviously saw the tweet of the guy who said he's going to be said watch out, remember the name Paige Beckers, 6th grade.
Literally,
what a takes, man! I wish we could come up with takes like that, man.
Best take ever. Goated takes
for real.
March was good this year, especially the end. I thought the end was better than the beginning, which is a very rare March scenario.
Yes, there was. Yeah, definitely the upsets were slim. Quick men's comment is just, I don't know how Duke lost. I really don't. They should have won it all. They were definitely the best team. I mean, their 4 losses, all 4 of them came by less than 3 points or less. They literally had a chance to go 40-0, Spinny, or 41-0. They would have went if they made it to championship. That's insane. That is insane. They lost 4 games by a combined 11 points. Like, what?
I feel bad for Houston's coach. I felt like he finally made it through. That was one of the biggest choke jobs by Duke. It was the opposite. Houston's usually that team. And then they just couldn't make it happen. They had it. They had that game late. It just, I feel feeling bad for them.
That is, you feel so bad for the team, the coaches, the fans. That's a loss that they will remember forever. They should not have lost that Florida game.
And I think there's a chance he retires in the post game.
He's the oldest coach in D1, right? That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
Tough. Insane. Yeah. All right, Spin, you have any final thoughts? Otherwise, episode 114, Hardies and Hardos, man. It's been in the works for 2.5 months here, and we finally came and got you some content, man. Like I said, way at the beginning of this episode, we're going to be dropping some NFL stuff next week because the draft is next Thursday. So be on the lookout for that next week. Otherwise, Hardos, we appreciate you, man, and have a good Easter.
Facts. Little NFL next week, and then we'll get you an MLB episode as well in the coming weeks. So that's the next things you got to look for. Again, please like, subscribe, repost, do all that stuff for us. Help us out on that. So hug your friends and family. Have a wonderful, however you celebrate this weekend.